The ducklings, barely a week old, had been orphaned, their mother snatched by a hungry fox. Dana, a sleek, ginger cat, was a mother herself, her kittens mewling contentedly in a basket under the kitchen table. She had always been a loving mother, fiercely protective of her little ones. But the sound of the ducklings' cries pierced her heart. It was a sound she understood, a sound of vulnerability and need. One afternoon, Dana was startled by a particularly loud squeak. It came from the duck pen, where the orphaned ducklings huddled, shivering in the cool evening air. Without hesitation, Dana sprang into action. She crept into the pen, her whiskers twitching, her amber eyes filled with concern. The ducklings, sensing danger, froze, their tiny bodies trembling. But Dana wasn't a threat. She carefully picked up one of the ducklings, its downy feathers soft against her fur, and carried it back to her kittens. The kittens watched with wide eyes, some even venturing a tentative lick at the strange creature. Dana, oblivious to their curiosity, concentrated on her new charge. She gently licked the shivering duckling, warming it with her own body heat. The farmer, a kind old man named Finian, watched the scene unfold from his window. He had always known Dana was a good cat, but this was something else entirely. He had never seen anything like it. Dana, a cat, mothering ducklings. The sight tugged at his heart. He knew he couldn't leave Dana to care for the ducklings alone. He approached the basket cautiously, his hands outstretched in a gesture of peace. Dana, sensing his intentions, didn't flinch. She continued to lick the ducklings, her eyes never leaving them. Finian, ever the observer of nature, understood that this was more than just a curious act of kindness. It was a deep, instinctive urge, a primal call of maternal love that transcended species. Dana, he realized, had adopted these ducklings as her own. Dana's bond with the ducklings deepened. She would often be seen curled up around them, purring softly, shielding them from the cold. They, in turn, would snuggle close to her, their tiny beaks pecking at her fur, mimicking their lost mother's affection.